doing?
Well, you told me I had to do a video about the turkey, so I'm doing a video about how we're going to make a turkey.
So we're cooking keto with David today, and we usually smoke a turkey for the holidays. And so I decided that I would capture David smoking the turkey for the holidays. So you're working this, you're not smoking the turkey. What are you doing now?
Well, what we usually do is a multi-step process that starts a couple of days before the actual day we want to eat the turkey. So what we usually do is we brine the turkey first. So what that means for us is we stick it in some salt water and then I'll take this pot, fill it with salt water and some other fine ingredients we'll talk about in a couple of minutes. I'll put the turkey in it and then I will put it in a cooler on ice for about 24 hours.
Okay, so you're heating it now. Is that just like to mix the salt and all this stuff?
That's exactly right. In fact, I don't want the water to get too hot, because if the water gets too hot, well, then I'm going to have to wait forever before I can actually put the turkey in the cooler, because you don't want to put a pot of hot water into a cooler of ice. Otherwise, the ice melts.
So you're heating it now. You've got maybe, what, a quart of water or so in there?
Yeah, not a whole lot, and it's warm enough now so that I've put just enough water in it to hopefully dissolve the salt. That's my real goal in this first step. So I've put,
and you've got about 2/3 of a cup or 3/4 cup?
3/4 of a cup of salt, and you're right, I probably have about a quart of water in this, what I think is a 2.5 gallon stock pot.
Y'all heard him, he said I was right. All right, quart of water.
I asked that be stricken from the record, please.
Keep going. 2/3 cup salt.
About a quarter cup of water. I'm going to add more water, but it's about 3/4 of a cup of salt. I'm going to stick that in there, and because the first thing I want to do is dissolve that salt, I'm just going to stir it for a couple of minutes. Well, since the water's warm, hopefully it won't take that long.
It's going to be super saturated.
Yes, it will be. And I did use I'm sorry, I'm scraping. I've been cautioned against doing that. So I will just slightly pour the water. The salt looks like it's pretty well dissolved now, so I'm going to go ahead and toss some other ingredients in there. A lot of recipes for brining talk about using orange juice or apple juice, but I don't want the carbs that close to my turkey. So I have just zested one orange. I'm going to toss that in there.
Notice we just got the orange part. We didn't leave any of the white. The white is bitter, so when you're zesting, just do the outer orange.
I'm going to throw some peppercorns in there. This is a tablespoon of peppercorns. Maybe we'll add a little bit more for good measure.
And so he's being very precise.
Ain't no recipe going to tell me how to cook. It's what my wife always used to say.
He's very precise.
Rosemary and turkey and chicken goes so well together. So we're going to do a liberal 2 tablespoons of this.
And the rosemary, once you smoke it, the rosemary is so fantastic. So he has a big green egg, and so he'll be smoking it. So this is just the brining part. And some parsley.
Going to do a tablespoon of parsley. Again,
it's a heaping tablespoon.
Yeah, the amounts aren't the most important thing here. The important thing is to get the turkey in a bath of salt water and keep it going for a couple of days.
So how long is he going to be in that cold ice bath?
I'm going to try to keep him in for about 24 hours. So probably tomorrow night I will begin smoking him.
So 24 to 36 hours of brining.
Yep.
And then you just take it straight from the brine and put it on the smoker?
I'm going to try something different this year, and I'm going to let it dry for a little while, because I've read that if you let it dry, the skin will crisp up a little bit more nicely in the smoker. And
typically you take it from the brine to the smoker.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're going to try and do
I'm going to try to give it a little more time. So this is a 1.5 cups of organic chicken broth.
Yeah, we're not using homemade bone broth. Okay,
then,
so why only a 1.5 cups? Just because you got to have room for the turkey?
Turkey's got to go in there, salt's got to dissolve, but if you think I should put more, I'll put more.
How big is that turkey? How many pounds?
This turkey is actually a relatively small turkey as turkeys go. It's about 13 pounds.
Okay.
But I wanted to get a turkey that would fit into the pot so that I can put the lid on it. And those 20 pounders they're awfully big.
And we're feeding we're taking this, there's going to be other meats. We're taking this to my mom's. So there's only going to be about 8 of us eating. Yeah.
Something like that.
that.
And there are going to be other meats,
And
so
there'll be other
we're not relying just on that.
Yeah.
And so then the piece de la resistance. I didn't say that right, but here comes the turkey. Gobble, gobble.
The bird.
And he's just going to go right on in there.
He fits.
He fits.
So at this point, there's no heat on that. There's just, now, are you worried because like the turkey's not totally covered up?
Yes, I am worried about that.
So you're gonna add more water.
I'm going to add more water, and we're going to fix that. My wife is giving me mean eyes now for saying that.
I'm just rolling my eyes when they came up.
So the water splashed all over the place. Now I've got cleaning to do.
Raw turkey juice just splash everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm going to cover him up nicely. I'll probably put some ice in the pot and top it off. Then put the top on the pot, stick it in the cooler, surround it with ice, and just let it have a nice day at the spa.
So we're notice that we're not putting it in the refrigerator. You're doing a cooler and you're keeping ice. Why do you not put it in the refrigerator?
Well, if you've got room in your refrigerator,
No, there's no room.
if you've got room, put it in your refrigerator. You're perfectly fine putting it in your refrigerator. I mean, the main thing you want to do is keep it cool
Right.
as it takes its bath.
For food
But
safety.
for Thanksgiving, Christmas, we don't have room in our refrigerator. And I haven't gone out and bought a second refrigerator yet, yet. All right, Mr. Turkey.
Is
Keep
he
your backside
floating?
in there. He's trying to. Anyway, that's enough of that water. So,
No, you could have also filled it with the chicken stock.
sure, we can put some more chicken stock in there if you want
No,
to.
that's why I'm just asking why you use water instead.
Well, the water now has the salt and the orange zest and all the other ingredients that we've tossed in there. So it's not just water. And it's got some chicken stock in there. But the main thing we're trying to do here is get that salt water bath. The salt is the real important part because there's a chemical reaction that occurs and it helps keep the meat of the turkey moist. Because that chemical reaction, I don't know what it does.
And the turkeys are always so moist when you smoke them, like everybody wants this every year. Okay, so let's put the turkey to bed with his little ice bath, and we'll see him back in about 24 hours.
Hey y'all, so the turkey, sorry, we've had funny experience. So Kristie and I have switched places. She's behind the camera, I'm on this side of the camera, and she realizes that side's not as easy as it looks. And truth be told, I realize this side's not as easy as it looks too. Actually, she does make it look easy, but I never thought it was easy. So we're ready to put our turkey in the, we're going to put this turkey on a smoker. And so we need to get it going. In fact, I'm about 30 minutes late, so I've really got to move it. I'm not going to do a whole lot more. We've brined it. You saw the first part of the video. We've brined the turkey now for about 36 hours. And then I took it out of the brine and just stuck it in a pan or a bowl in the refrigerator so it would dry out a little bit. Because I really do want to try to get this skin crispy this time. A lot of times my skin doesn't crisp up like I want it to, and I'm really going to try to work on that this time. The flavor is usually really good, but that crispy skin, I haven't perfected that yet. So all we're going to do is we're going to coat a little olive oil all over the turkey. We're going to stuff some rosemary. I went out and picked some rosemary to stuff between the skin and the meat. We'll get to that. And then I've got about a tablespoon of pepper and probably 2 tablespoons of salt here. I probably won't use all the salt because it's already had a spa day in the brine, but I still want a little coating of salt on it. So I'm worried about cross-contamination, so the first thing I'm going to do is just pour some olive oil over it. Hopefully I can do this. And then I'll come back in a couple of minutes and we'll grease it all up good. So I'm just, scattering olive oil here or there. The next thing I want to do is I need to separate the skin from the meat a little bit so I can stuff the rosemary underneath the skin. And really all you have to do is just come in here and lift skin, and honestly I've already done part of this, but just get your finger under the skin and just start separating it from the meat enough so you can get the rosemary stuffed up in there. So you just, it's just kind of gross, but then isn't this whole thing, and you're just separating. You can just feel there's a little membrane. You're just separating it out. Kristie's telling me to hurry up, but you know, you can only do it so fast. So I've got it kind of separated, and let's see if we can get that rosemary stuck under there. And while I'm doing this, the interesting thing is I'm kind of spreading the olive oil around a bit because we just want to get it all smoothed over. Oh, that one's a lot easier because I did this side earlier. I'm taking too long. All right, so again, I've got the olive oil, and I just want to rub the olive oil around. I'll flip the bird. Again, I'm just trying to get the olive oil just so I've got a light coating of olive oil all over it. Yeah, so you can see where the brine is. It's got pieces of the orange, the peppercorn, the rosemary flakes or leaves. So that feels like it's pretty. I've got a little coating of olive oil all over it now. And I'm just going to come and just, oh, I did not intend to do that. So I'll keep on going. Okay. I'll come back and add a little pepper on this side. That's better. You can feel the salt and pepper as you rub it in. Kristie says to stuff the last bit of rosemary into the cavity, so that's what I'm going to do. Actually, let's go on this side. That'll be easier. See, I'm not good at this, but here, just another coat of salt on this side of the turkey. And this is a small turkey. I'm going to put it into the smoker, hopefully for about 4 hours at 300 degrees, and cook it up. And hopefully the skin will come out just nice and toasty, and the turkey will be wonderful.
4 hours at what temperature?
About 300 is what I'm shooting for. Yeah, this is going to be a good turkey. All right, I'm going to go put it on the grill, and we'll come back in a while and see what it looks like. Well, hello again. We have had the turkey on at about 300 degrees for getting close to 3.5, 4 hours, and I've already checked, and the turkey is done. But whenever I use my thermometer, well, let's just open up and you can see that goodness. Yeah, we were talking about the skin being crispy, and this is going to be pretty crisp skin. Whenever I check the thermometer in the breast, it's going to come back and show me that I'm somewhere around 165 degrees or so.
It's upside down from the angle.
Actually, I'm up to 166 degrees now.
It's time to pull it off.
So it's time to take that thing off.
It smells amazing. And I'm going to have that crispy skin.
I do think it's going to turn into a pretty good turkey.
Oof, gorgeous. It smells amazing. I'm glad Winston...
All the juices are going out too.
Let's don't do that.
Anyway.
All right.
That's what our turkey looks like.
Yum.